what's going on? It's Matt. It is Friday. It is time for another My Two Cents. And if you're not familiar with this little series, it's when I bitch and complain about something that's been on my mind. And this week, I'd like to talk about Yeti and what's going on with them and the NRA. Now, oddly enough, this is actually the second time that I've shot this video. I uploaded a different one but never made it public. And I ran it by some friends, and in that video I included another company, and it was more of like a little rant about how companies should not get involved with social issues and how companies, versus organizations, like we really should just kind of stay out of it, and companies should just do their job and literally just kind of make products and shut up and put their heads down. And when I showed it to my two buddies, I was kind of like, okay, this is it. This is what it's going to be. I'm going to make this live on Friday. And I stopped and I did some research on one of the topics, and I was wrong. So anyway, to the real meat of the video right now, let's talk about what's going on with Yeti, the fanatic gun users, and the NRA. So if you're not familiar, a couple days ago, maybe about a week ago, the NRA released a statement saying that Yeti was discontinuing their relationship with them for no reason, no rationale. They just basically said that they didn't want to be part of the gun movement or whatever it was, and that was pretty much it. Yeti then put out a rebuttal basically saying, hey, look, we looked at some outdated partnership programs. You guys were part of those partnership programs. We're not cutting you out of anything. We're just going to revamp some ones, and you'll be included in that aspect. Now, a lot of people saw the initial statement by the NRA and were just like, I'm not gonna drink out of Yeti anymore. And I can use that accent because I'm from the South, but I'm just saying, like, the people that were really gun fanatics really just jumped overboard, and they were like, I'm gonna shoot my Yeti. And there's videos on YouTube of people shooting their Yeti, big coolers, like $600 coolers. And then people were just really kind of up in arms about this stuff, and it was just like, Yeti's not an American company, and they're a bunch of crap, and they don't want to support the NRA, they don't support our Second Amendment right. And there's two different things there. Like, not supporting the NRA doesn't mean you don't support the Second Amendment. I don't support the NRA, but I'm a huge Second Amendment guy. The NRA is an organization that is so politically driven and so manipulative, and really doesn't do any advocacy for gun owners these days anymore. And I think people will find is that once they start giving way because of political kickbacks, the NRA will actually be a gun owner's worst friend. So I think that's my foretelling of the future. So my point in this whole little rant, though, is talking about the stupidity of the fanatics. Now, you can call me, a jerk for saying this if you are one of those fanatics, but you're not listening to the full side of the story, because let's be honest here, nobody really knows what happened behind closed doors. It's like a bad marriage. What we saw was a complete and total just like anarchy, bickering back and forth and he said, she said kind of argument. And behind closed doors, it could have been just very much like, okay, we're just going to go our separate ways. So that being said, whose side are you on? Comment down below. I'm going to tell you real quickly, there's not a shortage of companies that are trying to capitalize on Yeti's mistake with the NRA by offering, Pelican's one of them. Pelican, you're actually a scumbag company because of what you're doing. Trying to capitalize on just, really offering $10 to the NRA and then offering a free tumbler. It's stupid. Don't buy Pelican coolers. I'm trying to make sure I get my point across completely. So let me just hashtag back. Here's my final and closing statement. I think as a general public, when we see stuff like this go on, specifically when it goes down, when it involves a company that is heavily involved in the outdoor community, we need to kind of take a step back and realize that companies should not be involved in political organizations whatsoever. They should not be involved in social issues. And I will agree with what I said in my initial video with this that you guys will never see, is that companies need to make products. We need to buy them with either, specifically our buck in mind, meaning that like we're buying because of the quality, or we buy with our own personal social conscience. We don't certainly need a group of fanatics telling us that we shouldn't be buying a product because they got their tippies in a bunch. And everybody who's shooting up their Yeti coolers and all that stuff, you are the prime example for every non-Second Amendment liberal tree hugger to say you're not the kind of person that should own a gun because you can't control your temper. And they're absolutely right. So stop acting like an idiot and stop acting like a bunch of babies. One last thing I do want to say about this. I live in Northern California, and we have a pretty big and popular rifle store. And he posted something on Facebook. The owner of it posted something on Facebook last night. He's being forced to sell his Yeti stock. Not because he didn't take the time to understand the situation, but because customers are not really going in there and buying it anymore. So it's hurting his retail space. That's messed up, guys. That's really messed up. That being said, I'm going to end the video right here. I'm on Yeti's side. I will always drink out of a Yeti. Don't believe everything you read at first glance. And for God's sake, take a breath and research before you start shooting up your Yetis. And if you don't want them, give them to me. I'll put my address down in the comment section. Thanks for watching this thing. Have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Bye.